Another observation is that Russia's cyber campaign has not remained static throughout the war. If anything, one of the most important and interesting characteristics of cyber operations in Ukraine is how they really have evolved over time. What we observed is not a simple linear escalation. Instead, we see a process of adjustment, of adaptation, and really a process of recalibration in response to battlefield realities and the changing dynamics of conflict. In the opening phase of the full-scale invasion, there was a clear emphasis on destructive operations. Wipers and disruptive attacks, as we said, were deployed primarily against counter-value targets like these government institutions and other critical infrastructure. But then these operations aligned then closely with the broader expectations surrounding the early phase of the invasion: rapid disruption of government functions, disorientation of institutions, and maybe immediate pressure on the Ukrainian state. And this apparent objective was also then to create confusion and maybe to weaken Ukraine during what Russia likely expected would be a decisive and relatively short campaign. But then, as the war evolved, the cyber campaign evolved with it. Over time, we increasingly observe a shift towards more intelligence collection, more surveillance, and actually more situational awareness and operational support as well for military activity. So this included activity directed at communication systems, monitoring infrastructure, CCTV networks, and really other sources of operational information. This shift is important because it really suggests a much broader change in how cyber capabilities were being used. Cyber operations became less focused on creating this initial shock and more focused on supporting sustained military operations over time. So there are various possible explanations for this evolution, right? The first concerns the limitations of destructive cyber attacks themselves. They may have sort of realized that wipers can, yes, disrupt systems, but their effects are temporary. And networks can be quite easily restored and systems can be rebuilt. And then as a result of all of that, operations can be resumed. So there might be the idea that in longer term wars, the strategic value really here of these type of destructive capabilities becomes more limited. Also more limited than sort of the early broader cyber narratives may have assumed. The second is that the demands of a prolonged war then fundamentally differ from those of a short campaign. As the conflict shifted from expectations of rapid victory to the sustained war of attrition, these operational priorities also change. The need becomes increasingly focused on this better information, the more enhanced targeting, and this improved coordination between the military and these cyber forces. And so these are precisely the kind of functions when cyber capabilities can provide persistent and operational value. Third, there is an important question here about efficiency. Destructive operations are not super cheap, even if they are done on a short-term, rapid basis. They do require then still some penetration, operational coordination, and risk management. And then once it is destroyed, this access might then be lost, even if it is not just the tool, but the access itself. So by contrast, intel and surveillance operations, they can continue to offer and generate value over longer periods of time once this access has been established. So in that sense, the evolution of Russia's cyber campaign reflects a deeper integration of cyber into broader military operations. Cyber increasingly functions then less as a standalone capability and more as an enabling capability embedded within wider operational systems, where cyber is that support intel function and other military capabilities are used to essentially conduct the more lethal or significant strike. And this brings us back to this idea of constellation again. The most important role of cyber in Ukraine may not be this independent battlefield dominance. It may be in its ability to quietly support and enhance many of the other operational functions operating alongside of it.